Hey everyone, I just wanted to make this video first and foremost. Sorry for the poor quality, recording it from my phone. I'm not really a professional, YouTuber or anything, so this will probably be in a terrible quality and, it's off spur of the moment kind of thing, but I thought I would go ahead and chime in on a situation that I kind of hold very personal and near and dear, me personally being a libertarian, kind of moderate kind of guy, I've always been a big advocate for freedom and, freedom of speech first and foremost. And though I live here in the States, it's an issue that I believe can eventually transgress and come over to our side of the pond if we allow it to happen. And it has to do with Count Dankula. I was a little bit subscribed to Count Dankula, and I remember back when he posted that video, of course you've all heard, or if you haven't, he made a video where, he pretty much was making a Nazi joke. He trained his pug to, do a Sieg Heil and expose it to a little bit of, Nazi videos as a way to, get at his girlfriend. He said it was the least cute thing possible. And for those who are not aware, he's been charged in, and I believe Scotland for, violating hate speech laws, and he's bound to probably do about 6 months in county, if I'm not mistaken, which to me is just really terrible. It's a abomination to free speech and many other things, and he wasn't even condoning Nazism when he made it. He was saying it's the least cute thing ever. In fact, he was more or less saying that Nazism is terrible and is not adorable and is not anything that people should revere whatsoever. And I kind of find this horrendous given the circumstances of things I've been noticing in the West. In the West, we've been a bastion for, political thought and mainly, classic liberalism and democracy for a good minute. In the West, we are the founders of democracy, if I'm not mistaken. And currently, I'm really disgusted at the overall ruling, I don't understand how anyone could take it offensive when, in context, he was making a joke, and he also stated that that it is not adorable, and it was just a big pun at it, and it's quite atrocious if you ask me. It reminds me of Orwellian 1984 style situation. I thought that 1984 would be a warning and not a pamphlet to take notes from and apply to society. In fact, it should have been a thing that we should try to not do, double speak, wrong speak, things like that. But apparently in Britain, it's fuck all to that, right? So this man is going to jail for something that he shouldn't go to jail for. He should pretty much be appraised, if you ask me. And it's quite a sad thing watching as the regressive left keeps spiraling into more totalitarian measures to prevent hate speech, which I don't understand how anybody, as stated before, could be offended by this. But I just wanted to go ahead and put my 2 cents in and say that he did nothing wrong. Count Dankula did nothing wrong. He was just making an innocent joke, and some fucking judge has decided that apparently Nazi jokes in general are bad, disregarding context as a whole, which shouldn't matter if you are to even make hate speech laws, which shouldn't be in place to begin with. And this is not a good thing when you look at bills like C-16 in Canada and you see things like this. In my opinion, folks, this is going to lead to the fall of democracy. It will bring forth a 1984 style government in which nobody wants to be a part of, when Big Brother busts in your door for you making a joke about something that is wrong speak, when it's offensive, And I mean, I could go on all day about how I feel about hate speech, but I just really wanted to make this video discussing that and throwing my 2 cents in. I do support the hashtag free Dankula because it's something that shouldn't happen. Nobody should go to jail, even for a day, for making a joke. You know? It's a terrible thing, and Britain should be ashamed of itself. In fact, there should be movements against this in mass droves. There should be people protesting the judge for doing something like this, but I guess that's not the case. Hopefully, maybe the judge will overturn his decision, and maybe there will be some level of rationality entering back into the minds of the British populace and the British government to ban something like that. Will it happen? I don't think so. I'm highly pessimistic towards it. But I just wanted to go ahead and put my 2 cents in. And you know, guys, if you have any thoughts about it, leave them in the comments. Love to see your feedback on how you feel about it. And just give me your opinion. I think for the most part that this is terrible, and you know, it's just sad in general. That's all you can really say about this. Shout out to everybody who's, you know, standing up and giving their opinions, because, you know, if this comes to America, if this comes to any part of the West, then we might as well go ahead and forfeit democracy over. Britain shouldn't be allowing this to happen, and that free speech should be defended everywhere and anywhere. Context does matter, and, you know, your right to be offended does not intrude over your right to speak and have freedom of a thought and think differently. It's what democracy is founded on. And there's an old saying by some of the founding fathers that, you know, well, actually, let's go ahead and say Benjamin Franklin, that those who trade liberty for safety deserve neither. Another one that says, give me freedom or give me death. And this is something that everybody should take a stance on, because this is serious, and it's just insanity. It's mind-boggling to me that we even allowed ourselves to get to this point, that we would even sit there and be offended over something that's obviously not offensive and is completely against Nazism in general. It's satirizing it, but I don't even know anymore. That's what's going on in this pattern of this video. I just can't really think. It's hard for me to fathom and wrap my mind around. And I think any rational person should be in opposition and have a hard time understanding this too, because this looks like complete insanity. I mean, if you want to bring Nazism back, well, this is the quickest way to do so. But yeah, go ahead and like this video, comment if you agree with it, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and you know, I actually might speak about this more often. I'm pretty vocal about it as is on my Facebook, and you know, I've just been really hesitant in getting into making YouTube videos, but I want to go ahead and just put my 2 cents in, because this is something that I feel very passionate about, as should anybody who, you know, values democracy and democratic values. And until next time, guys.